Yeah. I don't ever remember feeling like this. But I'm out here in these YouTube streets. So I want you to get your fingers.
I don't know what you're doing.
I want you to
right
get
now,
your mouse.
I want you to check me out.
And I want you to check me out.
Get ready to do this. It's the relationship rehab. Like, share, and subscribe. We coming at you live. So come on, let's take a ride. Then subscribe to United Guns of America. Just click that link and listen up to what I'm telling you. It's the relationship.
Click that link right now. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Brian Redmond, and I just want y'all to subscribe to my channel. You know what I'm saying? I want you to let me know what you think. I'm gonna talk about some things, you can talk about some things, and we can do our thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's all about having a conversation, right? I mean, if we can't talk to each other, then, I mean, what are we really here for? I want y'all to be able to just come over to my channel, talk to me about what's going on with you, and I can tell you what's going on with me, and we can build some things, you know what I'm saying? That's all about growth, baby. So click that link, go ahead and swipe on your phone, whatever you gotta do. Share my content. It's just get me out here, baby. Cause we just talking, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I like doing what I'm doing because it's about the people. It's about us having a conversation with each other. It's about us discussing whatever needs to be discussed. And on these YouTube streets, this is the best place to do it, baby. Like, share, subscribe. That's right. Click the link. Click the link. Yeah. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's out here that's already subscribed. You know what I'm saying? Cause y'all ain't the first one, and y'all ain't the last one. So I just want to give a shout out to everybody that click the link, that click the share, and then subscribe to your boy. Cause we gon' grow this thing together, baby. Relationship rehabbing, United Guns of America. To the world, blow up, baby. Yeah. Click the link, baby. Click the link, baby. Yeah. Hey, I just wanted to send a shout out to all y'all. I love y'all. That's why I do this. It's for the love of us, baby. I appreciate all of y'all. Ooh, we gon' do this thing. We gon' do this thing right here, baby. Hey, look, if you at a computer right now, just go ahead and click your link. What else you got to lose, baby? Tell me what you think. Hit the comment section. You can jump on the live panel. We do it all here. That's what it's all about. So come holler at your boy. I've been doing this for years, but I just got onto this YouTube thing. So hey, let's see what it do and where it can go.
To United Guns of America. Just click the link and listen up to what I'm telling you, telling you. Happy 4th of July, everybody. What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Brian Redmond, and I am here one more again to do another show for y'all. I am so glad that y'all are here. I just want to give a shout out to everybody for clicking the like button, clicking the subscribe button, and just, man, being here on tonight. Happy 4th of July to everybody out there. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and give a few shout outs after I share this out to a couple of more spots. Let's see who we got here on tonight. We got my man Skull 91971 in the building, Crystal Montgomery, Illa Dre, Tanya Campbell. We got Bag Lady Bullies. We got Brandy Kendall. What's going on? We got Chef X. We got Cut the Crap. We got Miss June Bennett. What's good with you? We got Coco Mocha. We got CD McGee. We got Mr. Best Gaming, Athena Osborne, UFO Kamikaze, my man, Brandon Storeball. He said I sound like Master P. That's funny. Oh, nah. We got Chris V966. Here I is. Now that noise that you may hear, it is not the neighborhood people shooting. It is fireworks. I'm fortunate enough to be in a decent neighborhood where people are shooting fireworks and not guns on today. But Just wanted to let you know. Let's see who else. We got Cowboy Kane. What's happening? We got Miriam Remo. How you been, Miriam? I haven't seen you in a while. We got One Shot. We got K1 Bina. KWA Bina. What up? We got Source Above. We got David Schmidt. Cocktails 2. C Mims. And everybody else that's coming into the building. Thank y'all so much. So one of the things that I was doing today, and let me apologize for not doing the Saturday the Saturday show in the afternoon where I wanted to do what did I call it? Did I call it Shop Talk Saturdays? I'm still gonna do one. I got the content there. Chicago in the building. I'm from Chicago, nigga. I do have the show. I just didn't get chance to do it. But between today and tonight and tomorrow, I think I'm gonna come back tonight and do one more show. And tomorrow I'm gonna do it. So no worries, we're gonna still get it in. But one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys on tonight is, from time to time, I have to go through, my channel stuff, and I'm looking through different things. And one of the things that I'm in case for you, Sylvester 88 just joined the platform. Sylvester, you on a new level.
I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Sylvester 88 Gaming. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what's up. And shout out to anybody else. If you gonna join the platform, become a platform supporter, that's what you get. You get that new level treatment. That's what's up. He said they done let the GDs in the door. Boy, I tell you. In the door. All right, look. Let me go ahead and how do you become a member? David Schmidt, all you got to do is on the YouTube, on the show, you'll see at the bottom, you'll see where it says join. If you're on the internet, if you're on your phone, I don't know how you do it, but if you're on a computer, you could just go to the channel and you'll see when you click on the show, you'll see where it says join and subscribe and all that stuff. So you can go ahead and do it right there, good sir. All right, let's see here. So one of the things that I do look at is my comment section. And I don't understand for the life of me why the people that comment on my comment section, not that they have an opinion, but the things that they say, it is just, I just don't understand. I truly just don't understand it. So I wanted to show y'all just some of the stuff. For those of you who don't know, who ain't in the comment section like that, I just wanted to show some of y'all what it's actually like just going through the comments. And I've taken on just a different persona. I mean, not different persona, but just a different mentality with dealing with it. I'm not trying to really be diplomatic in my comment section. That is not my goal anymore. If somebody just put some outlandish shit in the comment section, I'm just going to tell it the way that I feel it in the moment. Yes, I'm going to let my emotions take over and make the decisions. And you know why? Because it makes me feel good, damn it. But let me just show y'all just a few of the comments that I get that are just outlandish. Now, some of the stuff I'm all good with, even when it is not something that may be, favorable per se. Something that I might be like, hey, yeah, I don't like that, or I do like that. No, I'm not even on that. It's sometimes it's stuff where it's like, oh, you got a point. And then it's stuff on there where it's like, why are you here? What are you doing? What is your purpose? What is your major malfunction? So let's go ahead and let's go down to here. So you got people who really make good comments. This one is one that hits close to home for so many men. Thank God for you and your advice from a father point of view. That was the one. You can see which show it is, the young man, whatever. Then you see people that say excellent brother and all that good stuff. Then Brian, your analysis is always spot on. Shout out to the truth. you know, you get good comments. You know, bro, my wife and I got into it last night over this very thing. She don't get fathers prepare their boys for the world because we understand consequences to our actions. Very true. You see that? Very thought out, very well stated, articulated, and everything. So I'm gonna keep going down. Brian, please. Now this right here, a good comment. Love and Happy says, Brian, please start breaking your videos down to smaller bits. I am confident that you will see your viewership skyrocket. This person is critical. They're criticizing what I'm doing, and I'm imagining that she's a she. She's absolutely fucking right. 1000% correct. However, I don't have the time, and I don't have a person. I would love to have somebody do that for me, but I just don't have the time to do it. Yes, she makes a great point. I believe it would help my subs. I believe it would help my viewership if I was able to break down certain parts of my show into 15, 8-minute clips, 20-minute clips. I would love for somebody, if somebody's out there that is willing to do that, please let me know. We can work something out. I don't know if you want me to pay you or whatever, but all of my videos could use that. All of them could. So I appreciate that kind of feedback. It's something that's honest, even though it ain't no big up in your brand. It's something that's honest and it's a good critique. So I would be more than happy to do something like that. So then we got somebody that says Hurt Village was in the hood. Oh, that's when I was talking about Memphis. You know, just people just making comments. This is what the comment section is for. Then my old man Grey Wolf. As a wearer of glasses, you want the one that does not clash with your face. Women wear glasses that clash with their face, much like them pink and purple and blue hair. So I would say no to the white arm glasses. Men need as much blending, so a gold or gunmetal is good. I actually took his advice along with my wife, and the white frames, the gold frames with the white arms are gone. And plus the people who was doing the glasses, they was saying that it's not covered under warranty or whatever. So I got some different frames now. So, hey, and I ordered another one just to have a second pair because I believe you're supposed to have a backup pair, right? I don't know. I thought that's what you're supposed to do. This is my first time wearing glasses, but I thought you're supposed to have a backup pair of glasses. So I did order a different pair, and I'll put them on once I get them. But that's just what it was. It's like people are just on here having a great conversation, right? Good conversation, no problem. I took my son on a tour, different neighborhoods. Just great. This is what the comment section is for. This is exactly what it's for. Then I'm new to this. That's her mama. What the fuck? People are still talking. That video I did about the grandmother, the black woman beating her grandmother. People are still talking about that video today. That's one of my most popular videos. It's over like 120,000 views or something like that. But it's definitely funny. They was talking about the King Jin. The Terry Crews part had me dying. You know, just great stuff. Great feedback. Then it's like, wait, I don't want to do that. Let me go ahead and keep going. Then it's like, I'm convinced about Stephen Clark and all this. People got different opinions. All of that. Great. Wonderful. They need to give her walking papers, talking about old girl, the knee. They're killing us. They're killing us black by the Sam's Club bundle. That totally get it. No problem. Understand. Now, here we go. The relationship rehab. Why are you making this about the victim? With all these assumptions about his upbringing with no evidence, not saying that you're wrong, but he's the victim. Why are you vilified? Why are you vilified? But they should be meaning vilifying. I wasn't vilifying him. If you heard me in the entire show, I absolutely talked about the rights and the wrongs of both. Absolutely did, but I guess that shit don't matter. That's fine. I get it. Whatever. They talking about old girl. She just threw away her own sneaker. There will be no celebration when you come home. You are a anti-hero. Then these people are going at it. You don't have to celebrate her, but we will. Talking about old girl, the hammer thrower. Fine. Different opinion, right? Exactly. Her pro-black moment changed what? Oh, that's right. Nothing. I get it. They going back and forth. Laugh out loud. It's the imagery. For some kid out there that change their perspective on life as we know it. I get that. So no, you don't have to agree with me like this person clearly doesn't, but they're just saying, hey, they got a different opinion, a different view. I totally get it. Then here we go right here. This was Mr. Mark. relationship rehab. I must apologize for interrupting your show. It was at that time when I tuned in that you were saying things about the young lady that chose to voice her opinion through demonstrations that I didn't agree with. Freedom of speech and equality is for all born Americans, one of the reasons why I went to the military. After you muted me, laugh out loud, you said some things that I totally agree with, even when it comes to Black Lives Matter. Anyway, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to the whole show because I had to subscribe to your show for some reason. So that person didn't agree with me, and y'all remember, for those of you who were there, interrupted the show. We went back and forth at it, and then he actually went back, watched the show again, heard some different things once I muted his ass because he just kept on, and then he changed his tune. I'm totally fine with that. Totally fine with that. And then you keep going. Some people same color, very hard to call them bro or sis. People are the same color, very hard to call them bro or sis. That's talking about the Ronnie O'Neal. Then you keep going, then dang, yep. Everything's good, right? Thanks for letting me on. Great show. Obviously, yep. Why are the women screaming, talking about the women and stuff and all that kind of stuff, about boxing? I mean, just fine comments. That's not a problem. Slap was epic. On a serious note, should have tried acting. He should have tried acting. Got the 5-finger discount. Then I think cops, is this it? Nope, that's it right there. That's good. I've seen this video before. Couldn't even start at this time. It's too heartbreaking. I get it. Talking about the black woman. All this kind of stuff. Here we go. Is that it? No, it wasn't Lee Benson. So with property to the police, you're making a great point. See? And I really, and this is why I be so encouraged to stay in here, because I like the fact that people are voicing their opinions. I really do. I really do enjoy it. It's not a problem. I didn't want to talk to her, but then you'll get one of these. Where is it at? I just saw it. God dang it. Please tell me it's fake. I don't know. Shaking my head. Russell Messbrook. That was funny. Just yep. Come on down. And was that it? Nope, that wasn't it. Dang blasted. Daisy at the 58:40 mark. Oh, I guess that's marking the time in the video. I think that's what that does. Yeah. The plot, then that finished me off. Good comments. Where there it go? Boy, bone to pick, have to call YouTube police on him. Yeah. We wouldn't even say that name no more. That bullshit. Then we got, where is it at? Oh my God. Laughing at the Peter Griffin, new into this. See people joining in, keep giving that heat. It's just really, really encouraging. But every once in a while, I will get one of these if I can find it. It's so many good comments in here that it's just hard to even find some of the crazy ones. And then they'll just be rolling in. It's like they in groups almost. But why Duke and Daisy always putting in the time? I guess he like marking the time thing. I don't even know how to do that. And this dude, Tommy Sotomayor Jr., great job on the video, brother. Hey, I'll take that. What is this? D got the juice for one. Oh, they gave you everything. Give me respect your elders. Did he get knocked off though? Talking Mexico. Grandma, people really just can't get past that video. That is it. I can't find. That's so crazy that I can't find it. I was looking at it on my phone today. Let's go. There we go. You'll get one. You keep pausing and talking too much. Look at what the video say. Trinity being abused on IG live by her dad and stepmom. Commentary. People just don't understand. I don't understand how people don't even understand what the word commentary means. I love that you got into your no nonsense. You turn over all stones. Keep the knowledge coming. Thank you. I appreciate it. Sorry, folks, but regardless of feminist. You must be. Look at all this shit. I didn't even see this here. Man, Indiana my LC. Where is that goddamn? I know it ain't this far. I must have passed it. I'm cool off, dude. Kwame ain't for real. Yeah, I feel you on that. Brian, love your video. Oh wait, I think it's coming. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. So check this out. Now here's the name. Sheena So Blessed. That's true about being a person of your word. Okay. Now if I slip you and don't and slip up and don't, a man should never start talking negative about someone. Never. A man should never start talking negative about someone. Now watch this part. Because something didn't go his way, right or wrong, you better watch what you disagree with that person, or you'll be next. Then Huggy said, that happened when Kwame first response was lies about not even admitting he didn't. Right. And Kwame and my man Huggy just told the truth. He claimed he was asleep. He didn't know time. Only talked to him twice. Exactly. He went back and pointed out all the facts. I get it. Anything to justify a man that simply could have called. Exactly. Tommy didn't talk, but he exposed who he was, showing he was very friendly and looking up to Tommy, but carry on. Exactly. That it is like you see that kind of stuff. It's like, why would you feel the need to threaten somebody? And I had wrote such a long reply to that person that for some reason the app it crashed because I was actually at work when I first saw this, so I was writing a long ass text response to that, but then it crashed and I couldn't post it, so I was just like, forget it. But it's like that's just one of the things that I just see. Like, why do people just feel the need to? If you don't like something, I get it. But why do you feel the need to go and just comment on it and say, hey, you need to do this or you should stop doing that? And then the people, I don't know how I'm not finding them, but it's so many people, oh, wait, that I haven't responded. That's why it's not up there right. There we go. That's what I was just looking at. And that explains the abrasion on your palm. I had that little thing checked. Now you can see what I'm talking about because those are the ones I haven't responded to yet. So here you go. Why the fuck he talks so damn much? Why would you feel the need to just play that when you clearly see it's a commentary? It's a breakdown. I don't understand how they, matter of fact, I can't even click on the damn thing to show it. Or can I? Nope, it's not gonna let me do it. Yeah, it ain't gonna let me do it. But it's like, why do they feel the need to do that? It's like, it's insane that the fact that people think that you gotta respond the way that I respond, because if you don't, then hey, I'm gonna leave you some bullshit ass comment like that. This one hit close to home. Yeah, excellent, brother. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. I'm gonna get to the one that I saw that just really blew my mind. I was like, I'm so tired of these motherfuckers. I swear to God. Yeah, I'm gonna see it now. Not acceptable behavior. I like the intro. Keep it up, B. Shout out to Kenyatta Minute. If you hit your boy with $20, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Damn, you talk a lot. And here's this what I've been doing. So you see, damn, you talk a lot. It's a commentary. Sir, of course you see the name, right? You see the name, do you see how I started off? Yeah, that's what I do. Sir, it's a commentary. It's a commentary video, and it's my channel. If you don't like, I should have put it. Just leave, sir. Why not do that? Looking like a nigga I used to change ties with an NTB. Boy, y'all so bogus. Then it's like Terry Crews had me dying. Yeah, there we go. This is what I'm talking about. I'm about to get to the real one that really pissed me off. Bro, you talk too much. Just play the vid. You see how I responded? Ma'am, you obviously can't read because the title clearly says commentary. So please go and watch the clip by itself elsewhere, because I don't just replay clips on this channel. I don't understand how people feel the need that they gotta just click off of it. It's plenty of stuff that I've gone through and I've researched, and if I don't like the way it's going, I just click off of it. I don't leave them no long ass drawn out fucking comments, I just don't do it. I let people have their own shit. But I don't know how I found this channel, but it's by far my favorite channel. Shout out to you, Dutch Sophia, The Knee, Rufus, Then, yep, Lee. Great show, Brian. Can you please leave? Boy, this was so funny when I was on Detroit ass. He said, great show, Brian. Can you please leave Detroit alone? Hell, 75% of its residents, including myself, already have. That was hilarious. Then it's like she's from St. Louis. You're making a victim right. Then I also, although I disagree with your stance on the situation I just subbed, loved hearing different perspectives. Would love to call in on your next live stream. Peace. No problem. You see, I clicked it. Love. That's what's up. It's all good. Just threw away your own sneaker. Yeah, it's coming up now. Then that's what it was. And they was going back and forth. People are the same. This was in Springfield. Then we had Dane. Happened to me. I mean, it's in my hometown, Patterson, New Jersey. I had to watch this show 3 times. So funny. Thank you so much, SH. Then Nicole was like 7779311. It's like CJ. Everybody just putting all of these comments in there, going back and forth. And then officer hit him with the Stockton slap, right? Why women screaming? Yup. On a serious note, he should have tried acting. He got the first. That ain't what the hell I'm looking for that pissed me off, unless it's gone. It might be. Yeah, it might be. God damn it. Because I think that person that put something, I think I blocked them. Nope, there you go. Here we go right here. Duke and Daisy, one Duke or whatever. I know you and Tommy cool, but stop shouting him out. And then this nigga one shot comes right behind. Exactly. And you see what I responded. If you don't like it, just leave. Do you really think I'm going to stop doing what the fuck I want to do on my own fucking channel? What the fuck y'all think this is? So just to piss this person off, Duke and Daisy and one shot, shout out to my boy Tommy Sotomayor, goddammit. My boy, shout out to you, Tommy. Shout out to you. These motherfuckers are crazy, man. I just don't get it. But that was just one of the things I just wanted to show y'all, man, because I was just like, that shit right there blew me away. I'm just like, man, what kind of shit is this? Why do people just put that shit on? Right, this person here. That was Jasmine Tat, bro. You talking too fucking much. Sir, clearly, it clearly says breakdown. And it's over an hour long. What did you expect? You can see the clips of this video anywhere. You can see the clips of this video anywhere. My channel is not for replay, so if you want to hear me speak, if you don't want to hear me speak, save yourself some time by not commenting and just go elsewhere. And they just don't get it. They just don't get it. I don't know. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. But I just wanted to give y'all just a little insight as to just the shit that I got to deal with, shit I got to go through. But it is what it is. Now, let's go ahead and let's move into the show. And before we do that, I got to listen to my favorite part of the show.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. Mm-hmm. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Yeah, buddy. And also people do, I do see that he says people sneak to other channels to diss other content creators. It's so bizarre. I don't know, man. I don't really like go to a lot of people's stuff and do that, or I've seen that, but it's like, it's crazy, man. Shout out to my man Montreal Riley. He said, make him mad, keep on talking. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And my man Lancelot hit your boy with $1 as well. That's what's up. I appreciate you. Montreal Riley hit me up with another $2. I didn't even see that. Thanks for the show. Love you, bro. I love y'all too, man. Thank you guys so much. Now let's go ahead and get into the show. So Judge Joe Brown, can y'all hear them fireworks? I wonder if y'all can really hear them, if they really busting like that, because it's busting. But let's go ahead and let's get into the show. So Judge Joe Brown and Marc Lamont Hill had a conversation. And one of the things about this conversation that really struck me was the fact that, yes, y'all can't hear him? Okay, cool. One of the things that really struck me about this was just It's amazing to me how we as people don't understand the purpose of law and order. How we don't understand the purpose and what is due process and what it means and why we have it. Because, and a lot of people, I guess, for some reason don't realize that the law and due process is in place because it is a tool that we have in order to maintain order and to keep people's feelings out of decisions that affect other people's lives. And without having law and order, you have chaos. And when you look at what happens when people get in their feelings, when you look at what happens in this case in particular, this was a case about people in their feelings. And it was chaotic, and a person's life, a person suffered because of it. Thanks, fella. She said, Sunrise said she loved the shirt. Thank you so much. I got my man Chadwick on here. The bows, baby. The bows, baby. But this is a prime example of that. And I want us to take a look at this and just see. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Judge Joe Brown, he has a lot of knowledge and he's an elder and all that good stuff. But Judge Joe will get to talking and he won't stop. He won't let you get that word in edgewise. I love the judge, but damn, let's go.
Welcome back to Black News Tonight. We are here talking once again.
That's the I started talking but didn't really know what I was going to say, so I got caught off guard, so it made it seem like I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Watch that shit again.
Welcome back to Black News Tonight. We are here talking once again about the case of Bill Cosby. As you know, he was released to most people's surprise yesterday, walking out of a Pennsylvania state prison because of a very interesting development in his case. And yesterday, many celebrities chimed in on social media. One of TV's most well-known judges, Judge Joe Brown, was one of those people who called out the way that mainstream media had been covering the story. Hours ago, he tweeted, and to be clear, much of this was in response to something I wrote, but he said, anyone who was knowledgeable of American law would have expected and predicted the outcome of the Cosby appeal. Mainstream media in Hollywood incite public disorder by lying to the people about the law and encouraging mob rule. Hollywood reacts to Bill Cosby release with shock. Here to discuss his recent comments, joining me now is Judge Joe Brown. Judge, thank you for joining me. Why do you say that mainstream media encourages mob rule?
I've talked to 43 lawyers around the country, 17 judges, and I haven't found one that was shocked by the verdict. Most saw the same thing that I did from day one. This never should have gone to trial. It's a travesty. It's a violation of due process and American law. It is part of this mess that mainstream media is trying to feed into the heads of the citizenry and poison them by saying that their emotions and their feelings are supposed to have paramountcy over what happens within the law. That's not the way it goes. I get people who never even took what they should have gotten in the 4th and 5th grade get to talking about how somebody gonna disprove what these women accused Dr. Cosby of. And the truth of the matter is you don't have to. They have to prove that what they claim is true, not the other way around. That's American law. I see too much of this. Show up on the courthouse, voice your opinion, and get the courts to yield to what you believe. That's not the way the law works. That's called mob rule.
And that right there is so true. When you're talking about mob rule and you're talking about this is why you don't want this to happen. Because there was a time a long time ago, and I always get this mixed up. But there was a while ago where people were able to just accuse people of being witches. Remember, ever heard of the term called a witch hunt? That became mob rule, where people would accuse a particular person that they didn't like and call them a witch. And you know what would wind up happening to that person? They would wind up being tortured and eventually burned at the stake. The Salem witch, is it the Salem witch trial or Winston-Salem trial? I always say is it Salem witch or is it Winston-Salem? I always get it mixed up. I do. I don't know why I always get this mixed up, but I do. I believe it's the Salem witch trials. I believe that's what it is because I always want to say Winston-Salem trials or that's what I always say. Yes. So they used to say that this person is a witch. And then they would say, what? This person is a witch? And then you would have priests that would put is Salem witch. Okay. And you would have those people, they would put this person in what they call the rack, which is basically a torture device that stretches your body out. And they would be like, are you a witch? And you would confess that you're a witch, tell us you're a witch and all that kind of stuff. So then what they would eventually do is say, well, that person, of course, being tortured, would eventually say, yeah, I am or whatever. And then what would happen? They would take them out into town square and they would literally burn them at the stake. Tie them up to some wood or tie them up to a tree or something, set their ass on fire and burn them alive in front of the people. That's what mob rule is. And that's exactly what we've gotten into today, to where people are just saying shit. And just because you say it, that means that it is. Like the whole term of believe all women, which is one of the most asinine terms I've ever heard in my life. But with the Me Too movement and all of that shit that came about after that, believe all women just became the thing. No matter what they say, yeah, he raped me, believe all women. Yeah, he touched me, believe all women. Yeah, he did this to me, he made me feel uncomfortable, believe all women. Well, do you have any proof? No, but when did it happen? Back in 1962? Believe all women, no. Right, they would drown them, and if they survived, they weren't a witch. Those are the kind of things that would happen, and it became a thing of mob. That's what mob rule did. And it was the same thing with what happened with Bill Cosby. You had some women come forward who talked about something that happened back in the 60s and the 70s, over 30 years ago, 40 years ago. And this man went to jail for it. Now, he did fuck up by thinking it was cool, and he had a deal with the district attorney to just give a deposition, which he shouldn't have done, but he did it. But he did it with a verbal agreement, a verbal contract from the district attorney. And then what happened? The DA said, no, everything you told us, that's what we're going to use, and we're going to take your ass to court, and we're going to prosecute you. Well, wait a minute. You told me that if I gave you this court, it would be sealed and would never be used in trial, would never be used as evidence. Well, no, we changed that. And this man winded up going to jail for 2 years, not to mention what he's had to spend on a lawyer and going to trial. Had Bill Cosby not had any money, Bill Cosby would have still been in jail to this day and would have died in jail. Mob rule. And the fact that and my thing is this, if we don't have a line, if we don't have a standard, if we don't have rules, then what do we really have? We have a bunch of people who just talking, and depending on how that person feels in that moment or on that day, could be a life-changing event for someone else. And that is one of the things that is terrifying to even have to speak about. To even have to say that. Depending on how judge may feel today, I could get 30 years or I could get 3 months. Because judge got to appeal to the mob. He got to make the mob happy. We say forget the law, forget precedent, forget how it's supposed to be. Depending on what the mob is asking for is what's going to happen. Plain and simple.
Mob justice. And if you want a more egregious exemplar, take what happened to Emmett Till and every other black man that's been lynched in the history of this country.
Yeah, Amanda, it was a written and signed deposition, but the deal, which was given by the DA, that wasn't written and signed, if I'm not mistaken. The deal between the DA and Bill and Cosby what they had as far as the deposition being sealed or never put into court, there was no signed deal for that part. But the deposition, yes, it was signed and it was a written and signed deposition. Yes, absolutely.
Because somebody got emotional and decided to suborn the law, go around it, and do what their emotions drove them to do. So that is the way things ought to be. Law separates us from the animals, and we can't have this disregard of the law. I want to commend this Howard Dean for being forthright enough to speak out on what the reality is.
Right.
And I would suggest that they need to strengthen the breadth requirements at Howard University so I don't see such ignorance coming out of this profoundly historic black university. My father went there way back in the 40s.
And I'm gonna say this. One of the things that people don't understand about the police and about the district attorneys, they make deals. They have the ability to make deals. And they make deals all the time. I wonder if my finger stopped bleeding. It was so crazy. I cut my finger like right before the show. But they make deals. Yeah, it did. And they make deals all the time. Thing about it is the police can't make deals. Thing about the police is the police, they actually, and a lot of people don't understand this or know this, the police can actually lie to you. The police can actually lie to you during an investigation, during questioning. They can actually tell you a lie to get the truth out of you. A lot of people didn't know that, but yes, they can. And one of the things that people tend to do is the police will tell you when they got you in that room and they talking to you, man, we gonna look out for you. You know, if you tell us the truth now, we'll put in a good word for you. We'll talk to the district attorney and put in a good word for you. If you go ahead and tell us what we want to know now, we'll go ahead and we'll talk to the judge, we'll talk to the DA, and we'll let them know how well you and how much you cooperated with us, and we'll get you a better, they'll go, easier on you than if you don't. People don't understand that that's what the detectives and that's what the police are trained to do. Tell you whatever it is you need to, whatever they need to tell you to get you to confess. The district attorney, however, they can tell you and they will tell you, hey, if you tell us what it is, you tell us the truth, if you tell us this, if you turn this person in, if you flip on this person, if you become an informant or whatever, we'll give you this, we'll give you that, we'll give you manslaughter, or we'll give you a probation. Whatever it is the district attorney tell you they're going to do for you, don't believe a goddamn thing they say until they give you a copy signed in writing. Until they give you that an official agreement in writing that you and the DA have signed. Well, the DA signed the first, then you signed. Don't think that you could just sit there and talk. Well, he had said if I tell him about Ron and Mike doing what they did, that they was going to only give me probation. No, now they giving your ass manslaughter. You doing 8 years. Don't believe that. Don't believe anything that they tell you until you actually have a signed agreement. Because it don't matter until you got it in writing. That's it. So always keep that in mind. Detectives will lie to you. Police will lie to you for investigation purposes. To get the information, all of the information that they need to get, that is their job. To gather all of the information possible and giving that information over to the prosecuting attorney or district attorney, whatever you want to call it. That's just what it is. So don't get caught up in that police talking about them detectives like y'all see on First 48. Them detectives say, just tell us what happened, tell us your story, and then we'll go and talk to the DA for you. We'll see what we can do for you. Trying to just put you at ease so that you would tell. So I'm just saying, if you're going to tell, if you're going to roll over, you're going to snitch, that's fine. But if you are implicated in it and your ass committed a crime too, you better get your deal in writing first. Tell them, I'll tell you what you want to know, but you better get me a goddamn deal first. Get it printed up, have my lawyer look it over, and don't have no public attorney, no public defender look it over neither. Get you a fucking attorney. I can't tell you how many people I know who were drug dealers making thousands and thousands of dollars and then wind up getting represented by a district attorney because they didn't have a lawyer on retainer or they didn't have enough money put aside somewhere else aside from where the dope money at and aside from where the drugs house, the trap house is to pay a lawyer. If you selling dope right now and you out there, you robbing the dope man right now, if you doing all this shit you doing, if you doing all of this and you don't have an attorney on retention, or you don't have 20 grand put up somewhere or 15 grand or at least 10 grand put up somewhere to give to an attorney, shame on you. Truth Never Dies 76 feels the need to say this guy needs to do some more research. On what, sir? Why are you commenting? And if I don't have enough information, I don't have enough research, why not just leave? Can't help themselves. They can't help it. Cannot help it.
There's two things going on at once, though, Judge.
That I have heard come out of that place lately. And if anybody
so, Judge, I think there's two things happening at once.
Justice, they are too.
So, Judge, I think there's two things happening at once here. And I think, on the one hand, many of us are legitimately aware, and myself included, that the criminal legal system doesn't give equal outcomes to everybody, that black folk catch the worst end of this, that black men, when it comes to incarceration, get the absolute worst end of this. And the Bill Cosby case is an example of a prosecutor who was dishonest. Bill Cosby, absolutely, if he's told that you won't be prosecuted for giving this deposition, and then he gets prosecuted, that is a violation of his rights, and that is a violation of due process.
Of course it is.
On the other hand,
due process.
But on the right, but hold on, just let me finish this point, Judge.
On going forward should be disciplined.
So there's that, but then there's the other question that people.
I'm just bored.
So then
actually.
there's this other question that people don't have,
if
Judge,
you're just
which
bored,
is a legal question.
let me give you something to do.
Which is not a legal question. I think those two things, to some extent, are getting mixed up. And the non-legal question is about whether or not Bill Cosby actually did harm. Legally, you can say he's not guilty because the not guilty stands.
He didn't do anything. American law, there is an absolute presumption of innocence until you are proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt using due process of law.
And I don't understand how people don't know that. How do grown people, adults, not understand that? Accusations are just that. They're accusations. You accusing me of something and you believe those accusations, it's still an accusation. So if those are accusations, why not go by the same thing that you would want somebody to go by about you and treat you the same exact way and say, hey, I hear what everybody's saying, but as far as the evidence and as far as in the court of law, this is what it is, and that's what it is. Because if you don't, and here's what we have a problem, where a lot of people have a problem is, when you don't do that part and say, hey, this person actually said, hey, look, this person said this, accused that person of that, and you go on that, then what we do is we don't tend to put the responsibility on both parties. And that's what Lamont Hill is trying to do. Lamont Hill is still trying to convict Bill Cosby. And I understand that he may have that opinion, but if you're going to have that opinion, then have a fair opinion and say, well, if I'm going to hold Bill Cosby accountable, then why won't I hold these grown-ass women accountable? Why are you going as a grown-ass woman to a married man's house, a married man's apartment, a married man's hotel room at 10, 11 o'clock at night by yourself? Nobody will ask that question, will they? We're so quick to slap the victim tag on somebody and then never challenge or question that victim as far as what they did or what they did not do as far as being a responsible adult. We won't say that. We won't say those things, but we'll be quick to say, well, Bill, he was, the fact that he gave the deposition, yeah, yes, what he did, man, he did.
There was no due process of law. That presumption of innocence does not remove itself, and there is no valid conviction. If there is no valid conviction, that presumption of innocence stands as a rock. for
Yes.
the defendant. It is to keep the government from acting in a dishonest fashion and using its powers for persecution. So Dr.
So I
Cosby
think we're on the same page with that.
found guilty through due process. He hasn't done anything. So under American law, the accusations are just that. They carry no weight other than accusations, and they must be proven using due process beyond a reasonable doubt. If they have not been, then they are essentially worthless, just so much talk.
So I think we're on the same page. So I think we're on the same page with regard to the law. I think part of the challenge, and I sent out a tweet last night that you responded to. I'm going to pull it up. It says, I said, Bill Cosby is not innocent. He has not been exonerated. His release means that Cosby, a sexual predator, was incarcerated within a criminal legal system that has as little regard for its own rules and procedures as does Cosby for his victims. And you responded, you said,
he hasn't had any.
Exactly.
Law is a baseless accusation. It has no weight.
So under the law, I think we're on the same page again. But part of the problem,
It's in the 4th and 5th grade, not law school. American law means when somebody makes an accusation, that's all it is. It has no weight. If there's probable cause, you have somebody answer the complaint. But if you cannot find someone guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, they have done nothing. They walk out of there with their presumption of innocence intact.
And that's it. That's it. Why is that not enough? But Lamont Hill don't want to hear that. He wants to press the issue, and now he wants to have social justice. He wants to talk about, well, you know, I hear that, and we on the same page, but... And it's like, dude, you don't realize that what you're saying and what you're doing, you're besmirching another person's character. And if you want to do that and you want to debate that part, then why not debate both sides of it? Because the thing about the Quaaludes and the popping of the pills and all that kind of stuff, it's the equivalent of taking ecstasy today. Plenty of people were taking ecstasy today. Those are the same people that was taking Quaaludes. It's the same thing as taking Quaaludes back in the 70s, back in the 60s. Whatever kind of pills you was popping, it's like popping pills is popping pills. You was doing it to do whatever, feeling good, feeling freaky, whatever you wanted to do, but that was a part of the culture back then. That whole Woodstock, free love and freedom, man, it's the summer of love, man. All of that back then was the same thing. It was a part of the culture. So what we would look at it, the way we would look at it now, that's not what it was then. And then the fact that you're trying to now, 30 or 40 years later, hold somebody accountable for what happened back then, that's insane. That's why I believe that there should be a what do they call it? Oh my God, where you got so much time before you can file a court case. Someone, I forgot what it was. Whatever, you know what it's called, but it's the God damn it, somebody put it in the chat. Statute of limitations. Thank you. There should be a statute of limitations on sexual assault. And it should be like maybe a year. Because whatever has happened to you, if something goes down and something goes wrong, and you feel somebody touched you, somebody did something to you, and you don't file, and that police report, you don't file a police report, I'm not with it. I'm not with it. And I'm talking like the statute of limitations should be a year, but you actually filing that police report, you got to do that within the first 2 to 3 weeks. Within the first 30 days. You got to file a police report within 30 days. I think it is like 5 years or something like that, but that's too short. I mean, that's too long. It needs to be shortened. You should say, hey, you get 30 days to file a police report. I understand you might have been beat, you might have been choked out, whatever the case may be, and you just had to deal with that whole thing and you was out of your sorts, and I get it. Go see somebody, but you need to go file a police report and get a rape kit done instantaneously. And if you don't do it within 30 days, I don't know what else to tell you. Because for somebody to come back 30 years later, 40 years later and say me too, that's a bunch of bullshit.
How clear can that be? There is nothing
No,
to answer.
I think that.
He had a right to remain
I think that part is
silent
clear. No,
under the
I think that
Fifth
part's clear,
Amendment.
Judge.
And if
Let me
he
just
remained
let me move the
government
conversation
had the
forward, though.
burden of proving his guilt. It did not. So he stands
Right. So
acquitted.
I guess what
Now watch this
right. So
part.
what I
Here's
want
where
to
he
do is just move the conversation up a little bit. I think you and I agree that legally he's not guilty. That legally he doesn't have any burden of proof. The state does, and it hasn't met that. Legally, his rights were violated. We're on the same page about that. I'm saying the legal question to me is rock solid. But I think what was happening yesterday was people were conflating those two things. They were acting as if because the state didn't meet its burden and because he was released based on the fact that he didn't get due process, his due process rights were violated, that was somehow proof of the belief that many people had that Cosby was actually not just legally not guilty, but actually didn't do anything at the moral and ethical level. And hold on one second. I just want to place.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, no, hold on. Let me place the question to you. So I guess what I'm saying is, can we hold space for two ideas at the same time? Can someone, under the eyes of the law, be completely not guilty, and at the same time, can we have a public conversation? Because I know you talk about culture, you talk about our community, you talk about values. Can we also talk about the fact that someone can be doing great harm and even be a predator at the same time that legally they're all the things you just said?
Now, here's my point in this. Here's my thing with this. If you want to have a conversation as a community and you want to have accountability, you can't just have it towards one person. The community is just that, the community. You want to have a debate and you want to talk about the moral aspect of it. You want to talk about what's going on in the community and you want to say that he's potentially a predator, whatever the case may be, then you need to hold that same accountability and responsibility to all parties involved. Lewis said, legally, was he convicted? No, he was not. You want to try to judge him on a moral value standpoint, then you need to hold all parties accountable. Because here's the thing. There's no way that any of this would have happened if any of those women would have respected the fact that this is a married man and I don't need to be alone with a married man as a woman. I don't need to be alone with a married man unless I intend on sleeping with this married man. I don't need to be alone. There is no reason to be alone with a married man. There's no reason to be alone with a man that you don't plan on sleeping with anyway. And I've been saying that for the longest time, like the goddamn song. There is no reason for a woman to ever be alone with a man that they do not intend on or would not mind sleeping with. And why nobody brings that up, why nobody talks about that, why nobody says that that is something that you should be holding women accountable to, I have no idea. I don't understand it. I just don't understand that. Why do we not have that as a standard? We'll be quick to say when a man gets a woman pregnant and that man don't want the baby, what's the first thing women will say? Should have had a rubber, should have strapped up, shouldn't have came inside of her, shouldn't have had sex with her then. Why can't that be the same? Why can't we hold that same accountability and responsibility to a female when it comes to them being alone with a man? Aside from you getting pulled up on by a motherfucking a van and being dragged into that van by a dude or a gang of dudes or whatever, or being yanked and dragged down the alley or into a gangway, and then somebody have their way with you. I don't understand why women consistently put themselves in situations where they can be overpowered, taken advantage of physically, or put in situations that they cannot get themselves out of. I don't understand it. And nobody can explain it. Nobody can explain it. Even when I did the story about the women who were on that social dating app, they were meeting up with people from Match.com and meeting up with these dudes, and then the guy took me out on a 3-hour drive out into the woods and forced me to fuck him in the car. Why in the fuck would you be out alone with a dude that you just met online and gone out 3 hours away in his car out in the woods with that person? I was scared he was gonna leave me out there, so I fucked him so that I could get back home. Why would you do that? Why would you put yourself in that situation? I get it. You want to meet somebody. You want to find love. You want to find you somebody, whatever. Meet up at a Starbucks. You go into his house and then it was so alarming and so he pressured me into sex. Why did you go to his house? He seemed like a nice guy. He was handsome. Also, because he looked good and got a six-pack, he ain't gonna want to fuck you. Okay. Back in the day, Kay Wilson said, back in the day, men used to put pills in your drink. Spanish fly was typical at households or nightclubs. It's not right, but times have changed. I understand that. I definitely understand that. And my thing is this. If you know what it is and you know what's out there, then why would you put yourself in that situation? That's just like me leaving my kid, my 8-year-old daughter outside unattended and nobody watching her. And then I wonder why somebody would kidnap her. Or I wonder why a guy would come and take her away and molest her and kill her and leave her out in the woods and be one of the stories that DJ Just Jay will be doing. Shout out to the AFC. DJ Just Jay will be doing, talking about this kid and why this kid was out by itself. It's insane that people think that way when it comes to women not being held accountable. I was just talking to my niece last night. I was just talking to my niece yesterday, getting ready to head out to college, and just explain to her the drinking rules. I said, I understand that you're going away to college and that you're going to drink. I said, and all that good stuff. I said, let me give you some rules to drinking. I said, there's a responsibility that comes along with this. I said, number one, don't leave your drink nowhere, ever, unattended. Don't let your friend watch your drink. Don't you go to the bathroom without your drink. Don't you do nothing to where you ain't seen somebody pour a drink to you and give it to you. Number two, don't drink cheap liquor. If it come in a plastic bottle, you don't need to be drinking it. Plain and simple. I said, number three, what did I tell her? I said, every drink that you have, you drink a glass of water behind it. So you drink a cocktail, you have a shot, whatever the case may be, you drink a tall glass of water behind. I said, every time you order a drink, order a tall glass of water. I do it to this day. I order a drink, I order a tall glass of water with it. Give me a cranberry vodka, give me a Kettle One and vodka. Give me a Kettle One and cranberry with 2 limes or 2 lemons and a tall glass of water. Oh, I didn't tell her about drinking white and staying white and drinking brown, staying brown. I didn't tell her that one. But it's like, that's what you do. I explained that to her because I don't want her to be out there and be drinking and don't know what she's doing. Or she with it, I told her, don't drink to get drunk. I said, you don't just do shots of Hennessy. Don't do shots of Crown. I said, you sip on whiskey and you sip on cognac. You don't, I'm down in it. I said, a lot of people that you'll be around, because they're young and they don't know how to drink, they will drink to get drunk. They'll chug beers. They'll do shot. They'll do all that stuff, but don't do it. I said, because that's how you get drunk. And when you get drunk, you will not be in control of your faculties and bad things will happen to you. I said, you can have a drink, have a glass of water. I said, you'll still get that same buzz. You'll get tipsy and all that good stuff, but you will not get drunk. That's what I told my 17-year-old niece. That's it.
No.
Responsibility.
Because the law presumes them innocent until you prove them guilty. It is a specious thing. That's part of this new paradigm where everybody gets a trophy, a participation ribbon. Nobody's feelings get hurt. Freedom of speech gets restricted if somebody feels uncomfortable or undelighted by what is being said. That's not our reality.
So let me ask you a question. When George Zimmerman killed Trayvon Martin and the jury found him not guilty, do you feel that the black community should not have continued to express outrage and call George Zimmerman a killer because under the law he was innocent?
They should express outrage with themselves for lacking such political influence in the selection of the district attorney or in the even weight assigned to them. See, the rules are the same.
Exactly. And this applies to so many instances when it comes to social justice. If you don't like what's happening with the legal system, you have to go the political route. You need to either get legislation to change it or legislation created to prevent it. Or if it does happen again, there's consequences for it. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. It's a thing to where you have to understand that this is about law and order. Your feelings, I get it. But you want to say, just like, and it's like, even when you want to talk from a moral perspective, and I said this years ago about George Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin. When you're talking about what happened to that kid, it was terrible. Here's the thing. That kid, just like George should have known better than to try to be the fucking police in his neighborhood. But he felt he was one of those guys that couldn't be the police, but wanted to be the police, but was never good enough to be the police. So he still tried to be the police. The other part to that is Trayvon Martin got into a fight that his ass couldn't cash. He wrote a check that his ass couldn't cash. He got into a scuffle with a guy with a gun. Who the fuck does that? If you out in the streets and you out, and that's why I always tell people, this is why it's so important. If you're going to be out and about in the streets, if you're going to be out and about in this world, your responsibility for your safety is your own. Not the police, not the nice guy, not the other guy, not the other people out in the world. You are. I carry my gun with me everywhere I go, just in case a motherfucker want to try it. Just in case a motherfucker who I don't know want to ask me, what the fuck am I doing over here? Where the fuck am I going? Why the fuck am I in this neighborhood? That's why. Because you never know where some shit is going to lead to. You never know what the fuck is going to happen when shit does go left and somebody do try you. Somebody do talk shit to you. Somebody who do want to fuck with you. Because George Zimmerman was told on that fucking, by the dispatcher, leave this motherfucker alone. Don't follow him. We sending the police. Leave him alone. He ain't have to listen to that motherfucker, and he didn't. And he kept fucking with him. And you know why he kept fucking with him? Because he had a fucking gun. And he felt that he could. And as soon as he got into a fight with Trayvon, he got into a scuffle with Trayvon, first thing he did was pull his motherfucking gun out. And he shot the kid. Plain and simple. He got into a scuffle with him. He started getting his ass whooped. Trayvon, he put that young buck strength on his ass, and that motherfucker couldn't handle it. He pulled his gun out and he killed him. That's what happened. And Trayvon, just as much as he shouldn't have been wanting to confront this dude, he thinking, I'll whoop this fat white boy ass. This fat white boy ain't got shit on me. He hit him with the King Kong.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
That's what he hit him with. And he didn't realize that this motherfucker just might have a gun. Plain and simple. So it's like when I'm out and about and I'm out in these streets, it's not that I'm looking for it, but I'm prepared for it. Because you never know what somebody may want to do. You never know what somebody may want to say. Just like that kid that was walking around in that neighborhood dealing with that white girl or whatever, and that dude, the little army sergeant dude from the military came out and confronted him and was pushing his ass. That what I said as a prime example why you need to have a gun. Because I don't give a fuck what the fuck that kid was doing in that neighborhood. Ain't nobody, and I mean nobody, gonna get up in my face and tell me what the fuck I'm doing over here. Tell me to go some fucking way and I'm on public property. Plain and simple. I ain't letting no motherfucker do it. And because I ain't gonna let no motherfucker do it, I'm gonna walk around prepared to deal with a motherfucker that's gonna wanna do it. And this is the problem that niggas have. Y'all don't understand that part. You want to walk around and talk about what's right? You want to walk around and talk about, but why he do that though? He can't do that to them. Yeah, well, here's why you need to be strapped. Here's why you need to be legally prepared. Here's why you need to go train. Here's why you need to go to the gun range, because you just might have a motherfucker who gonna tell you different. So a 14, see, here we go. You're out of line. You out of line, man. He was a boy walking home and was attacked by a grown man and tried to defend himself. What was he supposed to do if he was attacked? If he 14 and he being attacked by a grown-ass man, he should have ran. That's what he should have did. Because if he can't carry no gun, what the fuck is he getting into with an old man, with a grown man for? I ain't talking about what's right and what's wrong. I'm talking about survival. Just like Ahmaud Arbery. Ahmaud Arbery should have ran instead of trying to grab a motherfucking shotgun from a dude who got one. That's TV shit. Plain and simple. Motherfucker Trayvon Martin could have outran that motherfucking George Zimmerman like a motherfucker, because if he would have still been alive. Trayvon was not home. He died in the neighborhood. I get it. He should have ran home. I'm telling you what he should have did to survive, because you can't go motherfucking fist don't beat gun. That's what I'm telling you. And if you are out in this world and you out in these streets, you have to understand that a motherfucker or anybody could have a gun, legally or illegally. And if you don't have one, you need to carry yourself as though you don't. Because when you try to be a tough guy, or when you do get confronted by a motherfucker who just want to fuck with you because he can, this is what happens. You want to talk about what's right and what's wrong? I'm talking about what's going to bring you home. I've been in a situation where a gun has been put in my face by a little young punk ass nigga. And you know what I did? I acted like the bitch I was in that moment. I shut the fuck up and I gave up my shit. Gave up my chain, gave up my money. You can have it, bro. Go ahead. It's all you. You the man. What 14-year-old knows that? One that's taught by his father. That's what 14-year-old knows that. One that's taught by his father. You talking from a licensed gun owner that owns a gun, that's a grown man. Yup, you right. Comparing a man to a child. Wow. I just told you. My daddy taught me, don't you ever motherfucking confront, don't you ever get into it with no grown people. Don't you ever get into it with a motherfucker that got a gun, got a knife, got a weapon, and you don't have one. That's what my daddy taught me. That's my point. And I'm still here. Ain't no motherfucking grown man shot me. Just saying. I've been at motherfucking parties and heard niggas arguing, and I left. Even though I ain't had shit to do with it, I left. You know why? Because I know what happens at parties when niggas get to arguing. Niggas get to arguing, niggas get to fighting, niggas get to shooting. I've told a story about when I was at the motherfucking up at Hayes Park at the GD picnic, and all of the niggas was up there kicking it and rapping, and then niggas got to fighting, niggas got to shooting. And we took the fuck off, and I had a gun, and I ran. And the only time I stopped was when I stopped and turned around and saw that my cousin fell. And I knew that my cousin could have potentially gotten shot. So then at that moment, I stopped and I pulled my gun out, and I was looking for the first motherfucker I saw with a gun, because I was going to shoot that motherfucker to make sure that my cousin didn't get shot. Do you understand that? So even though I had a gun, I ran because in that moment, I did not have the upper hand. I didn't know who was shooting. I didn't know where the shooting was coming from. All I heard was the bullets whizzing through the trees and the bushes. The dispatcher told Zimmerman, the grown man, not to confront the child, where is the chastising for the man in the situation? Y'all goofy. You need to go back and watch my video that I did on George Zimmerman, because I've already said what George Zimmerman was. I just said it now. But you don't have to listen to a dispatcher. A dispatcher is not a person of authority. A dispatcher does not tell anybody what the fuck to do. Sir? So blame his father, not the child? I just said your daddy is the one that teach you. What are you talking about? The fact that he was not prepared to be out at motherfucking night like that, or how to deal with a situation like that, that is... You can't win with niggas. You can't win with niggas. But that's why niggas die. This is a clear example. This is why niggas die, because they find a way to make an excuse, as opposed to just saying, man, you know what? You got a point. You got a point. Let me not fuck with this person. Let me not. Have you ever been in a situation where you ain't been prepared, you ain't had a gun, and you got some motherfuckers talking crazy around you or talking crazy to you? What you gonna do? Talk about, I'll come over there and beat your ass. Not with this motherfucking 9mm in your face, you won't, nigga. Break yourself, fool. Then what you do? What do you do? If this is a stupid show, then More Rich Gaming, that's a stupid name. How about that? And why are you still here? It's a stupid ass show, but you're still here watching it. So that means you're a stupid ass viewer. How about that? This is what niggas do. And it's only niggas, and it's more so black men that do this. They see something they don't like. Instead of moving on with their life, they gotta sit and talk shit from their keyboards. That's it. That's it. Niggas don't know the law. They just know what they feel. That's it. And the minute you explain to them, hey man, this is, yeah, but. Oh, so you saying? That's all niggas do. Yeah, but. Oh, so you saying? And they follow up with some stupid shit. Understand the fact that our young men that's out here dying every day, just like I did that video the other day about the young boy who's live on Facebook. Y'all don't understand that this motherfucker is not equipped to deal with the world. That's why these little kids are out here like this. That's why they dying by the fucking dozens. Wait till the roll up tomorrow from the weekend and see how many niggas and got shot and got killed in Chicago. Y'all don't see no connection to that? This shit ain't happening in white neighborhoods. This shit ain't happening in Asian neighborhoods. It's happening in the neighborhoods where there are no fathers. But we ain't gonna say that. We ain't gonna say fathers ain't preparing these boys because fathers ain't even in the picture to prepare these boys. Fathers ain't preparing these young girls because fathers ain't even in the home to prepare these young girls. We ain't gonna never say that though. We just gonna sit back. This a dumb ass show, man. This a stupid ass show. I'm trying to hear what you're saying, but my opinion is I don't agree with yours thus far. Dispute it with some facts, nigga, and some logic instead of just typing some shit to just type in the fucking comment section. Since you are more, ain't you supposed to be an enlightened gamer? Niggas.
But from my perspective, I think of all the black folk that have called me over the last 35 of jury service, all of the black folk that voted a handout where you've got a racist idiot on that handout for judge and they don't even pay attention to who's on the ballot. I think of all of the black folk who don't go out and vote for sheriff or effectively for mayor or for the district attorney. And
ask half the niggas who them three people are. Ask half the niggas who them three people are, and they don't know. I guarantee it. And the only niggas that's probably typing it up now, they probably Googling the shit to know now. I guarantee you, you can't find a nigga that know them three answers. All three. Not 2 out of 3, not 1 out of 3, all 3. He said morons. That's funny, UFO. I bet you a nigga don't know who is your district attorney, who is your mayor, and who is your sheriff. Give me all 3 of their names. Man, I don't know that shit. That don't matter. And just like this nigga came with the infamous question, More Rich Gaming says, why aren't fathers in the home? You enlighten us, man. You supposed to be the nigga that's traveling east. Enlighten us with your Moorish knowledge. Show us what it is that we don't know. Instead of asking the question, give us the answer, nigga. We niggas. But I'm just telling you, them things that he just said are very important. Those are especially, you would think more so to criminal motherfuckers. They would want to know that. I want to know who is my motherfucking district attorney, who is my mayor, and who is my sheriff. Because them gonna be the motherfuckers playing a part in me getting locked the fuck up with this criminal shit that I'm doing. We niggas shaking my head. That's uplifting. A nigga coming in here talking about this a stupid ass show. Yeah, that's uplifting too, huh? You fucking hypocrite. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Now you righteous. This the same nigga who came in here talking that shit. Yes, I said nigga, who came in here talking that shit about this a dumbass show. Don't know me, don't know shit about my platform, don't know nothing. But that's the first comment he made. Now I say the word niggas, now he's we niggas shaking my head. That's uplifting. Nigga, you ain't uplifting either. So what's the fucking difference? Ooh, you don't want to hear that shit though, do you? You putting us down. I don't like it. Nigga, your punk ass put me down. Who the fuck is you? Your punk ass came in here putting me down, putting my show down, and you came in here putting me down first and foremost. Fuck is wrong with you? You see, the same shit you expect a nigga to do is the very same shit that your ass do, and you just counter-react everything that you fucking saying now. Now you look like a fucking hypocrite, and that's why I don't fuck with none of you pro-black niggas. Because that's all y'all fucking do. Hypocrite ass, race hustling ass niggas. Plain and simple. Torpedo of truth. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for even getting to it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's my point. And this is what niggas do. We have these expectations of trying to tell a motherfucker what they should be doing, but yet and still the very same thing we try to tell a motherfucker what to do is the very same thing we don't even do ourselves. Same nigga, the same nigga who's supposed to have all this knowledge, the same nigga who talking about he's a motherfucker, he's a sovereign citizen and all that shit. He the original people, he the original Jew, all that shit they be talking. He the first motherfucker to talk some bullshit coming into this motherfucking conversation, and then now, when I'm on his ass, that's uplifting. That's what the fuck I be talking about, man.
Complain about it. See, when you have an opportunity to do something about it, do it. And see, most of the people that are off in the penitentiaries are not in there for playing Robin Hood. They rob from their neighbors, burglarize their neighbors, kill their neighbors, rape their neighbors, sold poison to their neighbors. And the other thing is, it's not guns. It's not any excuse. It's we have got a lack of manhood and masculinity in our neighborhoods.
Shout out to
masculinity is the imposition of a set of behavior.
A simple example why Black Wall Street will never be revived because of brothers like this. Exactly. These niggas don't understand, like, dude, if you trying to enlighten me, if I'm the nigga that's asleep, you the woke nigga, wouldn't you think that you would have the better approach? Wouldn't you think that you would be the one trying to wake me up? How you gonna come wake a motherfucker up saying, get your bitch ass up? Sounded like Debo. Put the gun down, Craig, or get knocked out like your daddy used to. Like, nigga, that's not encouraging. That's not uplifting. But yet and still, that's exactly what he did. Because he is all that more shit, all that pro-black shit, all that third eye woke shit. At the end of the day, down to his core, who he really is as a man, is a nigga. Just like the rest of these niggas out here doing the same fuck shit. Ain't no better. He a nigga in pro-black clothing. I'm telling you. I'm just telling you what I know.
Standards on a boy. So when the boy grows into a man, he has some things he has to do that he cannot get away with, that he is compelled to look to, making where he lives a better, safer, more secure place filled with economic prosperity, sense of purpose, morality, and ethics. He is a man of public peace, dignity, and order, who is a man of peace, who can be a brave and courageous man when necessary. See, we have to start taking
Judge, let me pause you for a minute.
Back.
We're going to take a... Judge, I want to hear more about that, Judge. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to take a quick break and bring it right back. I'm going to push you on some of those things as well. Stay with me. We got more Black News Tonight coming up right after this.
He said
welcome back to Black News Tonight. We're talking Bill Cosby and the aftermath of his case. I'm here with Judge Joe Brown. Judge, again, early in the conversation, we sort of stipulated to the legal parts of this, and we both agree that everyone deserves the right to due process, and no one should be sitting in prison or jail for something that they either didn't do or if their rights are violated, or both. But you've also raised this interesting question that I think is worth unpacking a bit, and that's about ethics and morality within the black community and holding each other accountable and talking about manhood and masculinity. If we, again, assuming Bill Cosby doesn't take the legal stuff off the table, if we look at the depositions, the very thing that got him ultimately,
thank you so much, I appreciate it.
The thing that ultimately got him locked up, and those depositions, and he's talking about the various women he had sex with giving them alcohol and pills, whether it's Quaaludes or Benadryl. If you look at the dozens of women who come forward and accuse him, is there room to say, look, Bill Cosby can come home because the prosecutor was wrong, but Bill Cosby also has to be accountable for what he represents and for acts of and for predator-like behavior?
Thank you. What about these women being accountable? And nobody wants to say that. Why wouldn't he even, I mean, in the conversation that you're having, my boy, UFO, you ain't shit. He put Mortal Kombat. But Marc Lamont Hill in the comment, why did we say his name with the Mark Hill? Mark. Why do people say his middle name too? Whatever. But the fact that he's saying that, why would he not include and look at that part? It's not like Bill Cosby was putting Quaaludes and Jell-O pudding pops and giving them to little kids. It's not like he was dragging 8-year-old kids along and giving them alcohol and Quaaludes. It's not what he was doing. He out here with grown-ass women partying, doing whatever it is that they do. And if these women would have any type of accountability or responsibility for their own actions, this shit wouldn't have even happened. It wouldn't have even happened. Why would he feel the need to say, well, yeah, what about what Bill is doing? I mean, you got to think. You got to just excuse what the fuck these women did in the situation that they put themselves in.
What about these women being accountable for their own behavior? They were groupies.
Well,
and you know what, more Rich Gaming? That's even worse. The fact that you're supposed to be so enlightened and so woke that you didn't even see the own disrespect that you put in your post. You didn't even understand it. The fact that you speaking from such an uninformed and ignorant point of view should let you know how what you saying is disrespectful. The fact that you coming over to somebody else's platform whom you don't know, who you've not done any research on, who you've not seen any of their other content probably, you coming with an opinion that is so misinformed and uninformed, that in itself is disrespectful, sir. That in itself is disrespectful. You know, the first time that I ever saw one of Tommy's videos, I said to myself, this nigga's crazy than a motherfucker. I said to myself, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga? And I never typed it in his chat. You know why? Because I didn't know him. And I hoped, well, maybe, just maybe, this dude is saying this for a reason, and I need to do some research and dive in a little deeper. Shout out to my man Dion. He hit me with $3. He says Bill testified these women consented. Yes, they don't want to mention that part. But it's like I had to go and do research and figure this shit out. I had to go and get a different understanding because I said this shit is so unheard of. I've never heard somebody talk like this before, and it sounds so foreign to me. I need to do some research. Yeah, Alex, I got it. I shouted you out. I said thanks for the $20. She hit me up. Appreciate you. You don't agree with my point, but yet and still you was being disrespectful in what you said. My apologies, brother. I'm still here listening. You should.
You know, sex, drugs, rock and roll, sex, drugs, rap, sex, drugs, baseball, football, basketball, movies, television. See.
Yeah, but right now I'm talking about Bill Cosby. I'm saying,
and here's my thing. Don't y'all all remember that? Apology accepted, man. It's all good. Ain't no drama, man. I'm just doing what I do. But let me say this. Don't y'all remember the girls? Did y'all ever remember being young and going to concerts? Do y'all not remember the girls putting on the least amount of clothes or the most revealing clothes or the most form-fitting clothes they possibly could in hopes of getting the attention of the person who was performing, in hopes of getting backstage, in hopes of getting on a tour bus? Am I the only one? Don't nobody else remember that? I can even remember when artists would come to the high schools and perform. And these girls would be losing their fucking minds, literally throwing themselves at these guys, trying to just get close to them. Trampling over each other, fighting over each other, trying to get close to the artist, to the star, to the basketball player. Haven't y'all seen the videos of the women who literally got into fucking U-Haul vans and U-Haul trucks and shit and drive around to the Super Bowl, drive around to All-Star Weekend in hopes of them getting to have sex with a fucking baller? So we trying to act like this shit don't exist. These women are putting themselves in these positions to have sex with people they don't know. What the fuck? Like, we don't think that happens? We trying to act like that don't happen? That's insane to not look at that and say, well, yeah, these women do this shit all the time. Not, well, only once in a while. Literally, they have videos of hoes getting together, combining their money, forming a coalition of bitches to go down to Miami, to go out to Las Vegas, catching flights and everything, breaking up with their niggas for the weekend so they can go be a hoe in Vegas. Hopefully they can get a basketball player's dick and get a baby out of it or some shit. Get a few $1,000s. It's like, come on. We know this happens, so why would we just totally absolve the women from their responsibility in this of saying, hey, don't y'all know that women will do this? Don't you know that a woman will go and do whatever it takes to go and be with a star? Coalition of bitches, yes. They've done it all the time. Even with R. Kelly. Who the fuck lets their daughter go to a man's trial in hopes of getting close to him? His concerts. Women following him, catching flights to his shows across the country. Letting their daughters go and be with this grown-ass man. In hopes of what? A record deal? Right, because he does that all the time, right? Y'all seen R. Kelly just pull up on a bitch and give her a record deal. That's what he do. What I'm talking about, Miss Gorgeous, is that putting yourself in situations where you're with a grown-ass man and you are a woman, why would you do that? Why would you let your daughter to do that? That's the whole thing of accountability for parents. There is not a fucking reason on this fucking green earth that I would let my kid at 15, 14, 13, 17, 18 go and be alone with R. Kelly. Or any man. I don't give a fuck if it's Avon. I don't give a fuck if it's a preacher. You know why? Because I'm going to tell my daughter, don't you ever be alone with a man that you don't want to fuck. Period. You an adult now, you going out, you hanging out with your girls and all that stupid shit, you going to party and girls night out. No, don't you ever be alone. Don't go to a nigga room, don't go to a nigga car, don't go to a nigga nothing by yourself. Because if you do, you better be ready to either give him some pussy or pull out that 380 and shoot the shit out that motherfucker. That's what you better be ready to do. That's just what it is.
Experiment, sex, drugs, rock and roll.
Oh, Miriam, don't nobody want to hear that. Oh, Marion, I don't know if you was around when I did the R. Kelly videos. Motherfuckers was on my ass because I said that. R. Kelly was a victim as well. You can't say that. Not no man. A man can't be a victim. When I said that shit, motherfuckers lost it. Nigga, you ain't shit. Nigga, what the fuck kind of shit is this? Oh, you making excuses for this nigga? I'm like, oh. But it's okay for a woman to be a victim, but a man can't. Oh, okay.
Himbos come to the party, they hang out, they get drunk, they snort lines of blow, and they have a good time. They use the hall closets to give head, the bathrooms to get down, and you go in to get your coat off of the bed, and they're laying on top of it doing somebody.
Exactly.
See, that's what that's about.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, but Judge,
let's not
it
get
has to be
saying,
Yeah, but you see what I mean? Here with niggas? Yeah, but. Yeah, but. Yeah, but. So you saying all that shit he just said, he won't acknowledge that shit. He just, yeah, but. We know good and goddamn well hoes do this shit. We know good and goddamn well a nigga's wife or nigga's girlfriend with the right motherfucking celebrity at the right motherfucking time will be the biggest hoe in the goddamn room. And why motherfuckers try not to acknowledge that shit, it's insane to me. It makes no sense. And I'm saying this strictly from a community point of view, a morality point of view. Why wouldn't a mother keep her morals and keep her kid away from a grown man? Why would a grown-ass woman keeping her morals and her values not be alone with a married man in a hotel room late at night going over scripts? Yeah, a fucking script. Man comes in with hard dick and says, hey, I'm here to unclog your pipes. Woman says, well, you're going to have to put the snake in this pipe to unclog it. Man then says, okay, but first I need you to bend over so that I can snake out the drain. Woman then bends over and takes pipe. That's the fuck kind of script you going over at 11 o'clock at night in a hotel room. The script you writing with a fucking celebrity in a hotel room. That's what kind of script that is at 11 o'clock at night. I'm just saying, that's what it is.
It has to be consensual,
25,
though.
30, 40, 50 years after
It has to be
something.
consensual, though. They consented. He said it plenty of times. But now, if you say that he said they consented, now you going into what? He said, she said. Because they'll say they didn't know, and they'll say they didn't consent, and he'll say they absolutely knew, and he'll say they absolutely consented, which is why the accountability and responsibility should be on the party who is the most vulnerable. You don't put yourself in a situation where you don't have power. Period. Point blank. I'm not gonna go to Supermax jail where it's niggas that rape niggas because I can't fight off 30 niggas that's been lifting weights for the past 6 years. I don't want to go there. I'm allergic to jail. I'd rather die before I go and have to give up my booty. I'm not doing it. Kill me, nigga, because I'm going to kill you. That's what it is. That's just what it is. You have to realize that, hey, sometimes you're going to be in a situation where you don't have power. Don't go in them situations. I'm not going to motherfucking Oak Cliff because I don't want to kill people. I don't. I'm not hanging out in Oak Cliff because I don't know them niggas down there and I don't want to get into it with them niggas down there because I'm not going to let them niggas punk me down there. I'm not going to let them niggas rob me down there. I'm not going to let them niggas steal from me down there. I'm not going to let them do it. So what do I need to do? Not go down there. You ain't gonna catch me in motherfucking Oak Cliff. I'm minutes away, but you'll never catch me there. I drive right past it. Why? Because I don't want that fight. I don't want that smoke. I don't want to deal with that shit. That's why I don't go where niggas be wildin' at be. Nigga fucking with me, gonna be fucking with me in a Walmart parking lot or some shit, at an Albertsons. Nigga, catch me at a restaurant, catch me at Roof Chris, nigga. That's where you catch me at, getting into it. I get into it with a motherfucker, I'm at the Texas Fair, some shit like that. You ain't gonna find me. Yeah, Brian was just chilling down in Oak Cliff, nigga, and niggas got to talk crazy to him. That nigga up thing. No. I'm not gonna do it. That's one of the reasons why I left Chicago, is because I'm from the motherfucking Wild Hundreds. I know them niggas in the Wild Hundreds, but I understood that because of who I am and the man that I am, it's only gonna be a matter of time before I kill me some niggas in the Wild Hundreds. I get it. That's why I had to get out. Because I'm not gonna let a nigga tell me what the fuck time it is on the block I grew up on and been living there for 37 motherfucking years. You ain't gonna do it. I'll die for this motherfucking property, nigga. This is my home. Fuck you mean? So, it came with either I'm gonna wind up killing some niggas or I need to leave. Let me go ahead and move on. Let me go build me a better life. So when I do have children, I can have a better life for them. My daughter don't know shit about the GDs, the Solid Foes, the Vice Lords, the BDs. She don't know shit about that. My daughter don't know shit about hearing gunshots and getting low on the floor. If a motherfucker started shooting right now, my daughter think it's fireworks. Well, it is today. She don't get down and get scared. Oh, daddy, they shooting. She don't know shit about that. Because I put her in a different environment to where she don't have to worry about that type of shit. My daughter ain't got to worry about going to school and somebody asking her if she GD or not. That's what her daddy went through. My daughter don't have to do that.
It was in big time style when this stuff started out.
And yes, Alex, that's what a lot of people don't understand. She shouldn't. Kids shouldn't have to deal with that. And anybody that's creating and fostering that environment, they should be so fucking opposed to it that they should be willing to fuck up, kill, shoot, call the police on anybody that's fostering that environment. That right there is what's wrong with these niggas. They don't understand that, hey, the fact that I grew up in it, I don't want my kids to grow up in it. And any place that is fostering that, they are my enemy. They are a detriment to my community, my neighborhood, my morals and values as community members. They are a detriment to it. They are a threat to the safety in my neighborhood for not just me, but my children. So you may not be able to afford to move out of that neighborhood, but you should damn sure be willing to call the fucking police. Oh, but you too busy defunding them because that's what Black Lives Matter told you. Hold up.
Sexual revolution was going on. And a lot of women got into it deeply.
Okay, but so there's two things you raised. But first, let's talk about Bill Cosby. We can talk about the women, but let's talk about Bill Cosby. Let's talk about Bill Cosby for a second, because that's the person we're talking about. My question was, is there room to
Yeah, see, he didn't even understand he is talking about Bill Cosby. He is talking about Bill Cosby. He's talking about the culture. He's talking about what goes on in that lifestyle, which obviously Mark Hill don't know shit about. When you are a celebrity, there are literally women and men who just want to be in your circle, be in your space, have access to you and your resources, and yes, they will fuck you, suck you, do whatever you want in order to have access to that. He should be one of the main ones because he has some type of celebrity. He should be one of the main ones to understand it, like, yeah, I do get that. Can you imagine how many people want to fuck Chris Brown? Can you imagine how many people want to fuck who the fuck else? Lil Wayne? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine how many people are throwing themselves literally day in and day out at whatever celebrity is hot right now? Just saying. That's just what it is. Even though you take Lil Nas X, who kissing grown-ass men on camera and all that shit, doing whatever fucking freaky gay shit he want to do, fine. Do you realize that there are women that still want to fuck him? He's come out and said he's gay, but there are women who still want to sleep with this dude just because he's Lil Nas X. How many women you know, how many women that say that they would fuck a gay dude just because they like, shit, he gay, but shit, I still fuck him. Why would you even like, hey, you still want to fuck this dude even though you know he's gay? But to turn around and be the same motherfucking woman that'll be talking about, I just found out my husband gay. He on the down low. What, you don't want to fuck him no more, now? You fuck Lil Nas X, you don't want to fuck this nigga? That's your husband. It's the celebrity. Just like when you have women that go and sleep with these preachers. Bitch, you know that this man is married. You in his congregation, been going to his church since you was a fucking little kid, and now you fucking him, looking right at the first lady, smiling and cheesing with the first lady, then been to the first lady house, had lunch with the first lady, on the women's ministry with the first lady, all the while you fucking her husband. How many times have you heard that? But what do we say? She's a victim. She was taken advantage of by the preacher. Fuck you mean? Is she a grown-ass woman? Yeah. Why the fuck is she meeting the pastor in his office by herself? Why the fuck is she meeting pastor at a hotel? And I'm telling you right now, it's plenty of women that do this shit. They fuck the deacons, they fuck the preacher, they fuck the next in line preacher, they fuck the music director, they fuck the drummer, they fuck whoever the fuck they can, the keyboard player, they fuck the soloist, they fuck whoever they can. Just because they want to be in that inner circle and get and attach themselves to that person's celebrity. You ever heard of the term a hood celebrity? I'm telling you what I know. I can't tell you how many times that shit has happened. And you got them motherfucking drum players, them motherfucking choir directors and all of that, whether they fucking boys or they fucking girls, it don't matter. Men fucking women, whatever the case may be. They all fucking each other for what? Attaching themselves to that celebrity. I'm in the inner circle now that I'm fucking Deacon Jones, not the football player. I'm fucking the assistant pastor on the low. CJ Banks said, Drake, I heard, gives a Chanel bag to each girl he fucks in Toronto. I know of girls that fuck Drake. Literally, you have girls fucking for a Chanel bag. But they victims? Really? Just like the girl who was following R. Kelly. She flying in and out for R. Kelly shows, and because she becomes a sex slave willingly, she's now a victim? Do y'all remember that bitch? And her daughter was the one that blew the whistle, like, my mama knew what the fuck she was doing. She was flying in and out to be with that nigga, leaving her kids with me. She was literally saying that she was a victim, and R. Kelly did it to me too. How did you catch a plane by yourself to go be a sex slave and you was a victim though? Shout out to my man Layton. Hit your boy with $20. He said, excellent show as always. Please put this BTC at HODL, brother. I'm just saying, it happens all the time. But we don't ever want to hold the women accountable for the shit that they do and the situations that they put themselves in. Do you realize that most of the time, most of the situations that women put themselves, that most of the bad shit that happens to women, the greater majority of the time, are situations that they put themselves in. The majority of the shit, and I'm talking about grown women that has bad shit that happens to them, usually it is because of decisions that they made that put them in that position in order for that shit to happen. Yeah, Asante McGee, that was her name. Her lying ass. And nobody wanted to call her out on it. I know I did. Several of the times. Custom Apparel said, where were Aaliyah's parents? Why was she with Kels? Because her parents wanted her career to take off. And Kels was the hottest nigga in the game. And Kels liked her. And that's why they served her up to Kels. Her uncle did. Her uncle knew. Her uncle was Kels' manager. Nigga, you need to go back and look at my motherfucking my shit. Her uncle was Kels' manager. Her uncle knew that Kels liked young girls. And her uncle served her ass up to Kels. Facts. And once the shit got out, and once the shit went left, Kels had to give up the motherfucking publishing from one of his biggest albums in order to make the shit go away. Look up Houghton Publishing.
What did he do? Well, according to the deposition, he gave women pills, and in one deposition, he specifically said he didn't know whether.
Force it down their throat,
no, let me finish.
He didn't take advantage of them. Look at that interview Whoopi Goldberg did with that model Johnson. Whoopi got all so wait a minute. You're trying to tell me
hold on, Judge. Let me ask the question.
Found out you were high, he called a cab, took the elevator down with you, put you in the cab, paid your fare, tipped the man, and sent you home because you were high? So what did he do?
So in one deposition, so Judge, in one deposition.
You see how he just totally overlooked the facts? He totally overlooked that shit. Like, so what did he do with him? He gave you the pill, you took the pill, fucked the shit out of you, took your ass downstairs, called a cab, put you in a cab, tipped the cab driver, and sent your ass home, well fucked, and you high. What the fuck did he do to you that was wrong? And Miss Gorgeous, please explain to me what my example of R. Kelly not being a good one was. Explain to me why it wasn't.
Specifically, when he was asked the question, was he sure that the woman was sober enough to consent? He said, "I don't know." But there's a bigger question here: is if someone willingly takes pills and becomes high and drunk, can they legally consent?
Sometimes you can. Used to be you could. They had a change in there back 25 years ago when they were saying, no, you can't. But before that, basically, you could. That's why they told you.
So, but we're talking about the law. So,
you heard what he said? 25 years ago, they changed the law to where you couldn't consent being under the influence. This shit happened more than 25 years ago. So at that time, you could. At that time, you could. But you just overlooking these facts that he's steady throwing out to you and not saying, well, damn, maybe I should hold these women accountable and responsible to some degree as to what the fuck they doing. Goddamn. You consenting to this shit. You consenting by taking the pill. Exactly, Mark. You consenting by taking the pills. Let me tell you something. There is no way that I would go to a party, to a friend's house, to a club, and pop Molly. Number one, I don't do it. But number two, I'm not going to do something that's going to impair my fucking decision making and my judgment with a motherfucker that could actually, where some shit could actually go left for me. I could make a bad decision and do something to somebody, or somebody could actually do something to me. Plain and simple. That's just what it is. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not popping Molly because of that. I don't want to impair myself to where my judgment is fucked up. So a motherfucker who pops a Molly, And now they sweating and wondering why they sweating. Motherfucker, you popped the molly, you sweating. Woo! That's all on you. You did that yourself. And if some sleepy dick comes along with it, so be it.
Again, since you're saying we should appeal to the law, if the law says that you can't be...
Okay, Miss Gorgeous says, because it's a documented video of having sex with underage girls. Yes, you are. So, yes, there is a documented video, and there is definitely knowledge of Kales having sex with underage girls. Absolutely. My question to you is this. How did Kales get access to these girls who all had parents? Explain that part to me.
Where you did something to them they didn't consent to. See, that's when that law started changing from you got yourself drunk, you are responsible to know the bartender's responsible because he lets you get drunk. That's when that change started coming about.
Bill Cosby's admitting to giving women alcohol and pills for the purpose of having sex. And if by the law you can't consent if you're drunk or high.
You go out to dinner or you have a party or something. So
yeah,
does
but that's not the same. That's irrelevant, Judge.
Because they do something they would have done anyway. A whole lot of them I knew back in the years
that's sexual assault, Judge.
Particularly.
That's the thing. What he's saying is that when this shit happened back then, that's what people did. But here's my thing. And I'm just, like I said, I just keep asking this question and nobody can answer. Why would you put yourself in a position to where you can't be protected? Why would you put yourself or put your child, answering to what whatchamacallit was talking about earlier, was asking me about? Why would you put your child in a situation where they won't be protected? Where you're relying on the safety of your kid by themselves with another adult? Her answer was, I don't know. What I do know is there are laws out here to protect minors when they fall through the cracks. Kelly is a grown man and he know better. And so does Kelly's, and so do those girls' mamas. So do those girls' daddies. And nobody's asking for them because there is a law that's called child endangerment that nobody's seen any of these parents been pursued or charged with. Why is that? Is that another I don't know answer? I willingly sent my kid with this grown-ass man to go be with him, who was underage. Put this girl on a fucking plane to fly to Orlando to go be with R. Kelly. By herself. Oh, I sent her older sister with her. Did Kales like tie the bitch up and drag her somewhere off? Did he beat the sister up and then take the girl? No. Tell me which one of these girls got snatched and I totally agree. They all went willingly. And here's my other point. How many 15, 16, 17-year-old girls you know that was fucking older dudes? I guarantee, I would love to know. I ain't gonna get in your business, Miss Greer, but I bet you that you done fucked one or two dudes whenever you started having sex, unless you was at illegal age. I guarantee you the motherfucker that you done fucked the dude that was older than you. But we gonna act like that don't happen. That's all I'm saying. If we talking about the responsibility and accountability of all, we need to talk about it for all. Other than that, Kels is just a victim like the rest of them. He doing all this because of what happened to him. Don't he get a pass? Centoya Brown did.
I did that a lot. I had a lot of female clients I had to get out of messes because they had a fondness for Quaaludes.
Exactly.
It's not cool.
Yeah, but it's
I mean,
okay to take...
Don't you bear any responsibility for this, especially if you keep going back?
No.
So
did you hear that? He said no. What do you mean? You don't bear no responsibility for this shit? So you can just get high, get drunk, and expect me, who can get high and get drunk too, to just do the right thing and just, well, I can't do this, even though I'm drunk, even though I'm high. No, I won't fuck. Man, come on. People don't want to ask or answer the real questions. And it's crazy to me that you want to then say, well, I don't want to answer or ask no real questions, but even though this person is innocent in a court of law, I'm still going to talk about the moral and community aspect of it. No. It's a two-way street. It's a double-edged sword. It cuts both ways. Because the only way that we can actually truly be just or righteous in this whole thing is we both have to assume responsibility. I can't walk by, step on your shoe. You say, damn, you stepped on my shoe. I'd be like, huh? Then you still on my ass. And then I say, why you hit me, man? You did me wrong. And we talking about the moral value, the moral and values of this thing, the community. That's what we talking about. No.
Judge, let me. I want to lay this out plainly, just so, and I'll give you a chance to respond. I'll even give you the last word.
She said maybe it's, I don't want to be a smart ass. Maybe it's too many folks to prosecute, sort of like the dope gang. Get the big fish. Here's the thing: if it's too many folks to prosecute, then why not just prosecute the ones that come forward? Why not prosecute the ones that come forward? The ones that's going to press the charges, why not prosecute those? Because you want to make them victims. And all I'm saying is just what you said. You want to make them victims? Fine. I'm making Kelly a victim. Proven. I know you was talking about R. Kelly. You were saying it's too many to just say, yeah, we can't prosecute all. Yes, the fuck you can.
If you give someone drugs and alcohol, even if they want to take the drugs and alcohol, if they get to a point where they are inebriated, where they are high or drunk, you cannot have sex with them. It is not sex, it becomes rape. And even by the legal standard that you're saying we should appeal to.
Yes.
That's only the law in certain states. It's not for every state. And it
hitting his ass. Hey, okay, but you see what the fuck I mean? He just never will just acknowledge, hey, you know what? You're right, Judge. You got a great point there. I see that. I understand that. Okay, but. It
goes into the same philosophy. It goes into the same thing. I didn't know I was going to get that drunk, so it ain't my fault I got a DUI and kill somebody.
And my thing would be this. Who the fuck has to be responsible for a grown-ass woman who comes and who consents, gets drunk, gets high, and now I gotta be responsible for this bitch? Seriously? Oh, I gotta take care of you. I know you done did all these drugs and you done snorted all this coke on your own, but now, even though I may be tipsy, even though I may be high, I got to be responsible for you because you the victim now. That's bullshit. If you can't handle your drugs and you can't handle your liquor, stay your punk ass at home and don't do the shit. Period.
How you think that's going to float?
Right, but the difference is the
plus
drunk person has a responsibility to
on the East Coast who want a new category. The drunk person has a
responsibility not to get into the car.
It's called rape by
but the drunk person does not have a responsibility not to get into the responsibility.
And you decide to have a good meal, linen, candlelight, wine, dine. You go for a walk in the park, my place or yours. Get over there, kissy, kissy, poo, seduction, clothes come off. Everybody has a good time. This crowd wants that to be called
everybody isn't having a good time. One person's being assaulted.
Here's the thing. If you're talking about responsibility, where's the responsibility for the women, dude? Why won't you not acknowledge that? Why won't I be responsible enough to say, well, maybe I don't need to drink. Maybe I don't need to do coke. Maybe I shouldn't pop a Quaalude. Maybe I shouldn't do ecstasy. You know why? Because I don't want to just get fucked. And doing those could potentially lead me down that road. Would you rather, as a grown-ass woman, would you rather put the responsibility of you being sexually assaulted on a man? Or would you rather take that responsibility yourself to keep yourself in a situation where you're not sexually assaulted? And every time I ask that question, nobody has an answer that's trying to be on the other side of this.
Right, but what I'm saying, Judge,
Nobody.
is, and I got to
See,
run.
that's the point. He never admitted to what he did was accused of, which is
How many people in your courtroom
unlawfully.
admitted to what they did
All
that
they
were
did
guilty?
was they asked
You say
for it. I supplied it. They wanted it.
Yes, Dom K. Dom K said that's like saying if I have cocaine and I have a chick over and she wants some, I give her some, we have sex, then she says I took advantage of her. Yes, that's exactly what the fuck he's saying. And he's saying that shit works with coke, weed, alcohol, Quaaludes, Molly, cough syrup, whatever the fuck it is. Not saying that you knocked the bitch upside the head and then took it. No, he's saying the fact that he said, period. If I'm with this woman and she admittedly takes anything and I have sex with her, no matter if I'm high or not, don't matter. If she asking and begging for the dick, don't matter. I can't do it. Because they say, I love this. So Miss Greer said, because they are considered victims, shaking my head. Some people would say you're victim shaming, shaking my head, just saying they set him up, but but that's how society is. And here's the question, Miss Greer. If you're going to say they're victims, how do you not say that R. Kelly was a victim? How do you not say that R. Kelly is suffering from post-traumatic stress from what happened to him when he was a kid? Do you understand that this dude at the age of, I believe it was 7, was forced to fuck his sister until he was a teenager? Who the fuck is in their right mind with that happening? There was a woman who killed her husband because she said she was suffering from post-traumatic stress from when she was 5 and got molested by her daddy. And she spazzed out and killed her husband and got off. She got off with that defense. I was molested when I was 5 by my dad, and that's why I killed my husband. And they got her off from it. You tell me what kid you know that's 7 years old that is forced to fuck his sister for 7 years. If they say I'm from 7 to 14, fine. That ain't fucking molested. That's fucking raped for fucking 7 years. You tell me how that person's not a victim. So based on what you saying and by your logic, we're victim shaming R. Kelly.
Damn, I'm good! Can you feel that? Huh? Can you feel it, Captain Compost? The day of redemption is at hand! Repent, and thou shalt be saved.
Exactly.
Okay, this
That's
is
like
just
put some
flat out rape
candles
at this
on and
point.
some incense when we do it. Let's go out and have a
it's-
fine meal. Some Pinot Noir,
Giving some- this is
Cabernet
disgusting.
Sauvignon,
Giving somebody
to go with the prime rib and the lobster. And then we, after we leave the 5-star restaurant, we got a nice walk in the park.
This honestly is, with all due respect, is the most disturbing interview I've ever had in my life.
No, but see,
The
you
idea that
are
we're-
into this thing where everybody's got to be protected. This society does not work when the society's obligation is to protect somebody from being stupid.
Thank you.
Protect somebody's
No,
rights.
to protect somebody from being
to
raped, but we gotta
exercise
go,
their
Judge Joe Brown.
discretion
We can have a
appropriately,
conversation, but
but
I
you
gotta
can't
run
protect
commercial
them
breaks.
from
I'm
themselves.
way past commercial
Just
break.
like you can't protect
I'm
somebody from liability for killing someone in a fatal DUI because the bartender didn't stop serving them when they kept asking.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, I got to run with way past
Kicked
commercial
his
break. I know
ass.
you understand that. Thank you for joining the show. Let us know what you're thinking. Hit us up on Instagram, Facebook.
Kicked his ass. He just didn't want to acknowledge the facts that he was kicking him, like saying, you want to just say, we only gonna protect this group. We only gonna protect this group. We're only gonna protect this group. Do you understand how crazy that is? To say that we're only going to protect just undisputedly, we're gonna, under no circumstances, at all costs, we're gonna protect this group. We're gonna protect women. Okay? Now, we're also gonna protect all of the LGBTQ. That's it. So fuck the kids and fuck men. That's essentially how our society is right now. Don't nobody give a shit about kids, and definitely don't nobody give a shit about men. Unless you a man trying to be a woman, or unless you a man transitioning to a woman, do you even get any type of protection? Other than that, if you're not in one of those two protected groups, it's a motherfuck you, have a nice day. And that is, to me, why I'm so fucking amazed at how somebody who's a grown-ass, supposedly intelligent man doesn't acknowledge that and is on fucking TV. So you gotta have, hopefully, some type of education. Just like how everybody's been saying it, but nobody's done a goddamn thing about the shit Cardi B admitted to actually doing. She said it. I was drugging niggas and robbing niggas. Yes, that's what I was doing. And you know what motherfucker said? She did that because she had to survive. She did that because she didn't have no other choice. Immediately protected her. And when you bring the shit up, nobody acknowledges it. They just, oh, yeah, she did. At least Bill Cosby was just fucking. This bitch was robbing niggas. And if those men came forward and said, Cardi B did this to me, you know what motherfuckers would do? They'll say he a weak ass nigga. They'll say he gay. They'll say he ain't no man. They will victim shame him immediately. Motherfucking Kendu or Kenzo, whatever the fuck dude name is, Mary J. Blige ex-husband, that nigga couldn't even get spousal support without being called, he ain't no man. He a weak ass nigga. He a beta male. But anytime a woman do, she's supposed to get something. She helped that man. She helped build who he was. She helped make him who he was, goddammit. He's supposed to get that. Kenzo was her fucking manager. Fuck you mean? It's insane that we have these ideas and these thoughts and we don't even think past what the fuck we saying. We just say some shit because we're programmed to instantly protect women and to instantly protect LBGTQ, LMNOPQRSTUV. I'm all for a motherfucker who if you wanna lay your greasy ass down and fuck another dude in the ass, I don't give a fuck. I don't have nothing to do with that. If you want to lay up with another woman and y'all motherfuckers play with dildos and scissor until your fucking legs break and your hips crack, I don't give a fuck. But why do you feel the need to make me have to support it? Have to like it? Have to stand up for it? Have to change my fucking background on my goddamn Facebook for it? Why? How come it just can't be, you like eating pussy? I like eating pussy. Oh, you got a pussy like eating pussy. Okay, well, you go ahead and do what you do. You like sucking dick? I don't like sucking dick. I'm sorry, I don't do it. I don't like it. But you want to go suck his dick and y'all want to go over there? Hey, go ahead, man. Yeah, you go have that dick. I'm going to go have a beer and a cigar. I'm gone. That's insane, the fact that we just can't leave it at that. Some of the coolest people I know that are gay, especially the gay men, they don't buy into all of this extra shit. They dress nice, they are into high fashion, can decorate the fuck out of some shit, and they like penis. Fine. We can talk about politics, we can talk about movies, we can talk about everything but sex. That's it. We don't do it. We don't. Hey, they live in a gay community. They live in a gay lifestyle. I don't have nothing to do with that. I'm not at their house. They could have a shower for 6 in their house and a fucking lube station in that motherfucker. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Hey, you go ahead and do what you do. You guys going up for a shower? Hey, all right. You going home, gonna have a shower with the guys? Go ahead, y'all do that. I'm good. It has no bearing on my life. It doesn't impact my life. I don't have to deal with it. I don't have to embrace it. But when you have another man who wants to dress up like a woman and then lie to a man and then get that man to try to sleep with him or her and then try to act like he shouldn't be pissed the fuck off because he playing dope fiend games, trying to pin his dick back or some shit like that, like he Wild Bill in the Silence of the Lambs, and a dude's supposed to be okay with that? Motherfuck that. You should get your ass beat. Don't lie. Don't try to deceive a motherfucker. Be with those who want to be with you. That's it. Be with those who want to be with you. If being a fucking tranny, being a guy with tits is just what you were born on this earth to be, then fine. Go be that. And be with the guys who want to be with guys with tits. Because there are no chicks with dicks. It's only guys with tits. We make this shit complicated. And then we get into the whole thing about I'm binary, cisgender, X, Y, Z to the him, them, us, we. I'm a they, not a him. I don't need to get into all of that. Who you define yourself as, that's on you. But what I see is what it is. If I see a dog, I won't say, hey man, look at that duck. Why do you call that fucking cane corso a duck? Well, because that's what that cane corso told me he wants to be called. No. Your friends, if they want to call you that, by all means, your friends agree to it, them your friends. Go right on ahead and do it. But you shouldn't have that expectation of me, because what if I want to be acknowledged as a fucking T-Rex? What if I want to be Zoltor? Every time you ask me a question, you got to give me some change. And the fact that you don't, you're insulting me, and now you're being aggressive towards me, and you're breaking the law. I'm Zoltor, goddammit. Anytime you ask me a question or you say something to me, you got to give me some money to do it. Hey, Brian, what time are you going live? Drop that change? Oh, about 9:30. I'm just saying. Some of y'all ain't gonna get that Zoltor, boy, but it is what it is. I know some of y'all will. But that's just what it is. We have to start, in order for us to truly have harmony, in order for us to truly be able to live with each other, amongst each other, and to ultimately respect each other's space so that everybody can be happy, we got to get into this thing where we stop overcomplicating shit. And we have to get to a point to where we are truly into leave me the fuck alone politics. If my politics ain't fucking with you, leave me the fuck alone. If what I'm doing ain't physically fucking with you, leave me the fuck alone. K. Wilson, he broke down the R. Kelly and Cardi B analogy that I said to you. Oh, yeah, left third, UFO kamikaze, y'all got it on my boys. But that's the thing. Leave me alone politics is what we all need to be striving for. As long as I'm not physically fucking with you and I'm not physically in your fucking on your property and in your space, leave me the fuck alone, man. Let me live my life. If me and my girl want to call each other him and her and him and me and it and us and we, fine. But we should know when we step into Walmart and somebody says, "How do you do today, sir?" They're saying that because that's what I look like. There have been plenty of times that a man has seen a woman and be like, hey, how you doing, sir? Oh, I'm a woman. Oh, I'm so sorry. I mean, ma'am. Happens. They're not fucking committing a crime. That's not a hate crime. Hey, how's it going today, ma'am? I'm a they. I'm done. I'm done. That's just what it is. So let me go ahead and wrap this up. Get on up out of here. I want to give a shout out to everybody that donated tonight. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for everybody that came by and watched the show. It really means a lot to me. This was a good show. I really enjoyed myself. I'm gonna give a shout out to Miriam Remo. Hit your boy with $5. Thank you so much, and I appreciate your you in the chat too. That was what's up. Just like how we had that discourse today. She disagreed with some things I said. No problem. I asked some questions. She asked some questions. We've had a discourse. That's how it should be. I ain't trying to change her mind and convert her and say that she ain't shit and I'm going to block her out the chat because she didn't agree with me. Or Miss Greer, that's who it was. I'm not going to go and do that shit because she was respectful in what she was saying and she held her position and she said what she wanted to say. In my opinion, her shit didn't hold up to what the fuck I was saying, but that's fine. We had the discussion. Maybe somebody else will watch this and either have a different point of view or agree with me or agree with her. It's fine. That's just what it is. Shout out to Brandy. Hit your boy with another $10. Thank you so much. She said, my dad taught me how to be treated and to accept nothing less. I got you. That's how it's supposed to be. That's exactly how it's supposed to be. Shout out to my man Dion. He says, accuser got $3 million and kept hanging with Bill. Right, exactly. Ain't nobody gonna bring that shit up though. Bitch get $3 million and she's still kicking it. Boy, please. Bill testified these women consented to pills. Thank you, Dion. He hit me with another $3. It's the truth. Shout out to my man Jay Turk. Hit your boy with $5. Appreciate you. And shout out to Alexander. Hit me up with $20. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. That's what's up. And my man Brass, man. Take a hit your boy with $250. $250. And my boy Billy, go hit your boy with $5. That's what's up. Thank you so much. My man, Truth Talker Teach. I ain't seen you in a while, bro. Thank you so much, man. Hit me up with $20. Keep on trucking. You be safe out there, bro. Make sure you're getting your sleep on, man. And also, my man Brass, man, hit me up with $6. He said $6 off for gas on your needs yesterday. I don't get that, but that's what's up. Thank you so much for the donation. And then $5, he says timestamp 220 to 220 of last video was fire. Thank you so much, Omerta. I appreciate it. That's what's up. Hit your boy with $5. And I just want to say this, man, before I get up out of here. Man, this year, I'm sorry, not this year. Last time around this year on July 2nd, my son was born. And it was such a pleasure to be able, and that's why I didn't do no show the other day and all that stuff, because I just been kicking it with the family. And we've been doing stuff, 4th of July, barbecue and everything yesterday and all that good stuff. But it has been such a pleasure and such a joy to have a son. And with everything that we have been through over this past year with my son and all of the prayers that you guys gave my son, all of the wonderful donations y'all gave for my son, baby shower. Shout out to my man Jason Gunn and everybody else who just showered us in a time of COVID where we couldn't have no shower to help me, get all the stuff for my kid. I appreciate it. It really do means a lot. But just to see the progress that my son has made from last year to this year and where he was last year, it is truly just mind-boggling, and just I'm so thankful that we've come as far as we can, and to see my son turn 1 and he's doing great. It's such a joy and such a pleasure, and I thank God for it. And I thank you guys for just always being there. Every time I click that go live button, it means the world to me, and I do appreciate it. So that's why I didn't get to do the show Saturday. Like I said, we was just doing a bunch of stuff and celebrating my boy. And I got my sister-in-law here and my niece here, and it's just been a great weekend. And I really did enjoy them. But thank you guys so much for always being there for me. I appreciate you guys to no end. Thank you guys so much. I love y'all. Y'all have yourselves a good night. I will be doing a show tomorrow. Since we are kind of late tonight, I will be doing a show tomorrow too. So we will definitely get it in on tomorrow. Let me see if anybody hit the PayPal. We're going to get it on up out of here. Let's see. Let me see. Yes, Kenyatta Mayfield hit your boy up with $20. And my man Oganda Smith hit your boy up with $20 as well. Thank y'all so much. Y'all so nice to me. But thank you guys. Y'all have a wonderful night. Until next time, peace. And I'm out.
What's going on, everybody out there in the internet world? It's me, Brian Redmond, also known as the Relationship Rehab. And I need you to do two things. What are those two things? Subscribing to both my channels. I need you to go to the Relationship Rehab.
Yes, Sko said, Brian, do you believe Kelly committed any crimes that he should be held accountable for? Not being a dick, just wondering. I didn't see it, but until now, I was just looking at the chat. But yes, I do. I've said that. I have said that. I have said that what R. Kelly did was technically statutory rape. For those girls that he had sex with that were underage, and you have proof of him having sex with those girls, he should absolutely be charged for statutory rape. The only thing that I said is that these other two caveats. Number one, there should also be accountability for the parents who served him up. And when you have people getting off sentences and getting out of jail because they claim post-traumatic stress, which is why I used at that time the Centoya Brown case came up at that same time with all of the shit with Kelly. I compared the two. And what I said was, if Centoya Brown can get off because she literally killed a man in his sleep, she shot him in the fucking head while he was sleeping, and she got off because they said she was being pimped by a nigga named Slickback. If she got off, then that's why I said R. Kelly should get off too. Because there's no way in hell that bitch should be able to shoot and kill a man in his sleep, rob him of all of his money, take his clothes, but take his money and steal his car and go riding around with her pimp and her friends, kicking it. And then years later, she get off because she said that she was being pimped. That's what I said. All I'm asking for is equal justice under the law. That's it. Now, if you gonna throw motherfuckers in jail for doing the shit they doing, fine, but don't let a motherfucker get out of jail or get off from killing a man because they said I was pimped, or because they said my daddy, he molested me when I was 5, so I killed my husband 35 years later. That's bullshit. And that's why I went to the whole protected group thing, because those people get off and they make excuses for them. Like the little girl who actually, the mother who left the girl in the car, who died while she was getting her weave done because the car had cut off and didn't have no AC in the motherfucker. And because she obviously didn't want to have her kid in the shop with her while she was getting her hair braided for 4 fucking hours, she left her kid in the car, didn't check on the kid, didn't even come out to check on the kid, didn't come back until her hair got done, saw that the kid was dead, and then tried to make it seem like she didn't know the kid was dead and called for a fucking jump on her car with the kid dead in the back seat and didn't say shit. Then when the bitch went to jail, you know what the judge said? This is just a mother who had a bad day. That's why I said R. Kelly needs to be out of jail. That's why I said R. Kelly needs to be free. And that's why I said this is a bunch of bullshit with motherfuckers letting people off for no goddamn reason.
Yes! Yes! Oh, yeah! Can you feel that, buddy? Huh? 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 I have exorcised the demons. This house is clear.
Subscribe to that channel, and then I need you to go to United Guns of America and go to that channel. Now you may be asking, why would I do that, Brian? Because it's 2 of the hottest channels on the internet. Come over there, give me your thoughts, give me your opinions, have conversations, because that's what it's all about. We talk about some of everything: politics, relationships, guns, law enforcement, community stuff. Anything that's happening, I'm willing to have a conversation about it. So come on over. You don't got nothing else to lose, and you ain't got nothing else to do. So come to my channel, subscribe ASAP, and join in on the fun. Twice the entertainment, 2 channels, twice the fun. Come on and have a funky good time with your boy. Peace, and I'm out.
Peace out, Sko.